Guys, Goji here. So welcome to the first impressions of the Moondrop's first planar IEM, the Stellaris. So for the overall tonality, this is Moondrop's take on the V-shaped sounds. It still retains their in-house HRTF sound while injecting some of the fun of the 2017 to 2018 era IEMs a la TFZ or TRN. So it's very reminiscent of that. So the overall tonality of the Stellaris, it's very bright and cold sounding, so it prefers warmer sources with a lot of power. Planar sheen is particularly present and up in front, so it's a perfect example to use as an introduction to the planar timbre. So for the Stellaris also requires higher powered sources, so it's almost mandatory for this IEM. It needs that extra power to unlock its true potential. So if you can see the sensitivity of the Moondrop Stellaris, it's quite pretty high, even if its impedance is only 36 ohms. So it's minus the sometimes irritating upper mid harshness. The Stellaris is my most preferred Moondrop IEM at the moment. So for the bass, it's sub-bass focused. It has quick attack and decay to its bass hits. Despite its laser sharp bass presentation, it retains a much needed rumble for a fun experience. Mid bass is lacking to absent, thus resulting to a non-punchy bass hit that bass heads like to have. So but the lack of mid bass is alright for me subjectively, as the hips of sub bass makes up for the meat and authority that drives the rhythm of songs. So it's more perfect for modern and relaxed genres such as pop and sometimes acoustic music and some somewhat classical music to the jazz era. So harder genres such as rock or metal music can tend to lose their aggression in the Stellaris due to its more bias to the sub-bass frequencies rather than the mid-bass. So for the mid-range, this is the Stellaris weakness subjectively. This is where Moondrop signature HRTF sound shows predominantly with a leaner and cleaner presentation. Male and female vocals are rendered in a crystal clear fashion but lack the body and impact they need to sound natural and captivating. So instruments are also rendered the same way as vocals, bright and clear yet lacks any body. So the upper mid-range elevation, which I can show up over here, so you can see that Goji is pointing down to that upper mid-range elevation right over there. So the upper mid-range elevation present in that graph, it results in a sometimes shouty and overwhelming experience. So users of the Stellaris can also try tip rolling, as it can alleviate some of the issues present in the mid-range but not all. So a fuller and thicker mid-range would have been perfect for the overall coherency of the Stellaris' sound, but Moondrop's gonna do what Moondrop's gonna do. So for the treble, this is Stellaris' main star, so pun intended, and the absolute strength of planar technology. As said in the overall tonality, the treble presentation is indeed very bright but lacks any annoying peaks that might jeopardize its otherwise excellent upper frequency performance. Even if it lacks peakiness, treble sensitive people would not last long because of its shining and shimmering treble that is present in every song you throw at it. Planar sheen is indeed present. So for me, it can be described as a hybrid within shimmer and airiness without the annoying peaks when it comes to explanatory terms in audio. So if you're familiar with hearing airiness and shimmer in your treble presentation, planar sheen, I'm seeing a lot of reviewers and other people describe how planar sounds as planar sheen. That's my take on it. It's a marriage between those two, shimmer and air. So basically, the Stellaris has endless amounts of air, which really ticks my boxes in terms of my subjective preferences. So for the soundstage and imaging, it is another strength of the planar technology. Endless amounts of shimmer and air results to a very open soundstage that is only present in the planar IEMs I've tried. Imaging is excellent. Every instrument is separated nicely. Sometimes the strength of both its soundstage and imaging can also become a negative one, as it can result to a lack of coherency and compactness to songs that need all instruments meshing together for maximum impact. So I can give an example for it. For example, Meshuggah, or like the gent genres need that syncopation. So sometimes the Stellaris can't fully render the impact and the groove that those songs or those artists need to fully deliver their intention in the song. So yeah, that's my first impressions of the Moondrop Stellaris. So I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the full review. I'll be posting it in my Facebook page, and let's see if I can post a video of it for the full review. Yeah, that's it. So Goji here, I'm out, and goodbye.